Welcome back to another video, guys. So yeah, I'm going to be working on the roll cage again this evening, and we're going to basically work from the back to the front. And what I've done is I've got some plates made up, and I've just put a little fold in them, so you can see there it's got a slight curve to it just to match the wheel arch basically. And then where the holes were, they didn't quite line up with the slots at the bottom, so I've made up two holes there, one there and one at the bottom. And that should line up with the feet on the roll cage, and then we'll just bolt that plate up inside the footwell, and then obviously we'll get our hole markings from drilling out through these holes, and that should give us somewhere to basically bolt the plate to. I've just got to do this plate here and do the exact same, drill it out to about here, because like I say, they're a little bit short, and drilling one about here as well. And then we'll have two plates basically made of 3mm pre-galv, so it won't rust in the footwell, but won't rust in the wheel arch, and I'll spray them down anyway. But yeah, these are pre-coated already, so it stops the rust already, but we'll spray it with some more anyway. And yeah, so that'll be that down. So that'll be a nice fixed position to work from. So I can adjust the cage then from the front, and we won't have to worry about the back moving at all. So once they're down, they're down. And then what I'll do is, we've got enough base plates now to do the front legs. So if we come around here, I'll show you. So we've got that leg there basically kind of mocked up, and then we got this one here kind of mocked up as well. I don't know if you can see it with that light there. Yeah, so there we go, guys. So we've got it mocked up to where we want it. Basically, I'll get the base ones in first, drill these out, and then mark up the holes for the leg, and we'll drill through the base plate as well. And then the same with this one here. Leave it the same size as it is, drill out the two holes that are already pre-made, bolt that down, and then drill out, mark out these holes here, take the plates back out, drill those holes, and then bolt through those as well. So it's double bolted basically. And then with this one, I'm going to have to get a bit clever with this one and try and cut it a bit shorter and go from there. But like I say, it can be done as and when basically, but what we want to do is actually get the feet down, get the plates from underneath as well, and then we've got a good foundation to work from there basically. And yeah, so that's all I'm working on basically this evening. That should take me a little while to get all those done. Basically just get these plates all mocked up and ready to go in, and we can go from there basically. So I'm just going to bang this one out here, and I'll show you when I'm done. Right, there we go, guys. So we got two plates there built, made up for the rear wheel arch. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to drill out the holes for the rear struts here, and basically, and then yeah, basically drill these out so that the hole comes through to the other side, and then we'll get some bolts in, mock this up, and see how well it fits basically on the underside. Like I say, I'll just put a little kink on this plate as well, just so it matches the wheel arch just slightly, so it's not flat, and then the rest of it should just pinch together because it's only thin sheet metal. So yeah, I'm going to bolt these in now and go from there. Right, guys, so yeah, we've got one bolt there just drilled through. That's a M8 by 30 bolt, and it's an 8.8 high tensile bolt as well, so you want it to be super strong. Then if you come down here under the arch, as you can see there, you've got the end of the bolt just sticking out there basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick this bolt up to there, that plate there, and then the same will come through the other side there, and then we'll get this bolted in, and I'll show you what it looks like after I've done it. And there you go, guys. So basically you get a general gist of what it's actually supposed to look like. So I've got the plate there bolted in with washers, but this is just a mock-up, and yeah, so don't worry, there will be nylocks on it, and probably a little bit bigger washer as well, but generally that's how it's going to look. And then we're going to underseal all this as well once it's all done, stop any of that rusting. But that's basically the principle of it. I'm just doing this to actually mock up the cage so it doesn't move around, and this is its final position basically. And then we'll swap out the hardware when I come to actually finally installing all, because obviously where I've drilled it, there's now bare metal on the wheel arch, so we don't want that to rust either. So we'll take all that back out, paint it, put it all back, and all with the new hardware. And yeah, that should be it. That's as simple as that. And I'm going to crack on with the other side, and I'll show you when that's done. Right guys, so a little bit of progress. What I've done is I've managed to cut one of the plates, the side plates here, that goes down into the side of the footwell one here. I tried actually bending it and curving it to this contour here. That's my original plan, but there's a bung here, that I don't know if you can see that, and one of the holes would line up with it. So I thought it'd just be sufficient if I put a plate up to this edge, mimic this edge across here, and then that'll give it nice support behind it, and I can still put a couple of fittings into it to hold it together. So, and then the other part I didn't realise until I've just checked underneath now, just putting this this base plate in here. I basically drilled through here and very luckily managed to miss, just running along here, I don't know if you can see it, there's basically two brake lines, and we've literally come in just between them. So yeah, that was incredibly lucky, and yeah, very lucky not to be doing brake lines on this car, which would be a pain in the arse. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get another plate under there. Probably 2 plates is overkill anyway, but I did want to get another one under the car. I might be able to get the smaller Packers. Yeah, I might be able to get like a nice chunky penny washer underneath there basically, and that'll just give it a bit more bracing from underneath. It should be okay. We've got a 5mm plate on the inside, and that's supporting it pretty well. I'm just, like I say, I'm going to chuck in some basic hardware now just to keep it in place, and then do the other side as well, just to keep it all together, and then we can work all this out as we go basically. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's fitting really well. The rear arches fit really nicely. So yeah, I'm going to get these on now onto the back of both of these bolts here. So I've got 2 in there, and then what I'll do with this one, because it is sticking up really high, I'm going to get a cardboard cutout of the flush bit at the back, and then basically we'll cut this plate basically to the contours of the car, so it just looks a bit neater and it sits really nicely, and there's not all this gap basically behind the actual plate, because it's probably about 30mm above the actual surface. There's nothing this bit top end of this plate's actually resting on, so I'd rather it all rest on there neatly and sit quite tight with the actual lines of the car. So yeah, I'm going to get this bolted in, and we'll see how much this brings us floor up here. We've got enough to get our finger under here at the minute, but I will be putting another bolt here and another bolt here to bring this up as well, just to support it. But this is the main leg that we want to focus on anyway. So yeah, we're going to tackle that now, and hopefully don't break any brake lines. There we go guys, so yeah, we just about missed the brake lines, so luckily we didn't actually break through them or anything. But like I say, we'll get like a slightly thicker washer on there just to support it a bit more, and then when we come inside the car like this, inside the car basically, yeah, we're going to bolt in through these 2 holes here take those through to the car, so that will give extra support to this plate and just give a bit more packing. And then what I'll do is I'll cut a plate out that matches this profile here, wedge it underneath the car, and then we'll sandwich it between these two as well. So it's all going to be as solid as possible. There's no chance of hopefully in the case of an accident ripping through this floor. So yeah, we also need to do something with these 3 holes from the previous cage as well. So I'll probably like tiger seal them in or something. I've done a few holes with them already from the previous roll cage that was in here, and it works pretty well. The only thing I need to do as well is measure this plate here that's not here at the minute, but yeah, we need to get that cut out and bolted into the side of the seal here. So that should be pretty good. And then yeah, just go from there basically. We've got the same sort of idea going on over here. I've cut out the plate for the back of this, and then the other one here, again, I just need to drill through this plate, mark it, cut it, and go with there basically. So we've got a good idea of how this all goes together, and it is coming together, which is good. But like I say, it's little bit by little bit. I can only spend so much time on this in the evenings or at weekends, and I managed to get a good bit of progress done today, and I can only make so much noise for my my neighbours, because it's about 9 o'clock now, I think it is, about 5 to 9. I know I'm in this workshop and stuff, but obviously with an angle grinder, cutting some of those 5mm plates takes a little bit longer than you'd think, and it makes a heck of a noise. So we've got a couple of plates marked up. We've got this one here marked up, that's the passenger rear, and then we've got the passenger front one just there, and then that'll be good to go. And then we just mimic those plates on the other side, mimic them to that side basically where that plate is, and the same with that one there, just a smaller plate to mimic where the white profile is, where it matches the seal. And yeah, we're well, there's not a lot after that basically. It's just cleaning it up, getting it fettled in, and just playing with it basically. The only thing I do want to do as well, I've got my my spare wheel holder here, and I want to try and do something with this to try and make it look a bit nicer, a bit neater. So I might try and well, I suppose what I could do is I could get some foam tube and wrap it around these bars here, just so I've got sort of a round profile to match the cage, and also it gives a bit more padding to the spare wheel as well. So yeah, we've got that on the go. We've also got these wheels out. They're obviously for the RS200, the Clio 200, and still looking really good. I just need to dust them off, and we got some wax as well, so I just want to clean them up with some wax, give them a good seal before they actually go on the car. They won't be going on just yet, but I do want to just build up some decent layers on them, because these wheels will be getting absolutely abused for the winter, because that's what they are effectively. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with this another day. I have got a lot planned over the next few weeks, so there won't be a lot of videos coming. You'll probably see this anyway a little while. I've got a few videos scheduled, but you'll probably see this in not in real time, but probably a couple of weeks behind from when I put this up. So hopefully there's always progress going on and bits and pieces, and as always, making my workshop nice and messy. But we have got a new heater, and I have got a new wet and dry vac, so that's really good additions, because my workshop's getting absolutely annihilated with loads of like metal filings and all the plastic from drilling out the dash as well. It's made a lot of mess in the footwells, and it's scratched up a lot of the paint, so I'm going to have to redo that. And then we've got some wood in here as well, where I do a lot of like different projects with wood, and I made a built-in wardrobe, so the only place I was able to cut it was in here, because it was absolutely pissing with rain one day. So yeah, we've got a bit of mess in here. So it's my project shed, and it's obviously going to be very messy, but I like to try and keep it clean. But the only thing I had in the past to keep it clean was this little Roby 1 Plus. It's like a little little car vac. It's okay, it does the job, but it is very slow, and it's you have to run your hand over the dirt probably about 3 or 4 times to pick all of it up. It just sort of moves it about. It hasn't quite got enough suction on it to pick up any of the sort of debris on the floor, but I'm hoping this wet and dry vac is really good. It's just a sort of a basic one, I suppose, from Wix's. It's been rated really well, and like I say, it's a wet and dry vacuum and blower, so we can obviously blow stuff if we need to, dust off the car, any crap when I come to paint it. And then if I get water running under my shed as well, it actually runs along this side here, and yeah, so that it can get wet in here. And obviously if I walk water in through the garden, it won't damage the hoover, and it's bagless as well, so it can suck up water, can suck up any crap and debris of any sort of type, and it shouldn't kill it. So I'm looking forward to using that and keeping this workshop nice and clean, so I'm not breathing in the crap all the time. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Really, that's as far as I can get for this evening. And hope you like the video. Bit more progress on it tonight, and hopefully big things coming for this car. Next thing I want to do as well, once it's all done, I want to sort of work on getting that chassis leg all cleaned up and sorted out, and the whole part, all of this rear end basically needs to be it needs to have this U-pole grey stripe brushable seam sealer put on the car, so I need some of that, basically just tidying up some of these seams just to make sure they don't rust, and underneath the car as well. And then where we put obviously the bolts for the roll cage, going to need to spray all that and clean all that up, but obviously I can't do that until I take those bolts back out again. So yeah, but that's why we need to get the cage done first and go from there basically. And then I want to get the engine diagnosed, because it was stuttering, like I said before, really badly, and it was, well, it's undrivable. It's that bad, a stutter. So I have got up here I managed to get a compression kit. So this will obviously check compression of your engine, make sure it's actually running pretty decent. If not, if we do get a bad reading, then obviously that means, well, piston rings, I'm not too sure. It could be catastrophic engine failure basically. The engine either needs a full rebuild or it's just beyond repair, but like I say, I don't know what the numbers are going to be, and we need to test it. So that's the idea before I plough a load of money into that car. Before I plough a load of money into the engine anyway, I wanted to, rebuild it and take it out, but if it's okay, I can just do the bare basics to get it running and go from there basically. But yeah, it's looking good, and hopefully big things to come. So yeah, leave your comments down below what you think, guys. Any different colours or different schemes I should go for, styles of door card I can go with. I went with like a faux leather before, and it didn't really come out too well, so I'm going to have to sort of change that. So if any of you guys got any ideas, I want something that's safe and not sharp on the edges. It's a bit of a weird profile as well, but I do like the whole sort of door card cover, so yeah, I want to get that sorted. And that's about it really, guys. Yeah, that's about the only updates. Like I say, I'm sort of got a lot on the go at the minute, and I'm working on this bit by bit, but I'm sort of trying to make sure the blue car's okay as well, because we've got the rally in April. And yeah, that's about it really, guys. So yeah, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you like the video. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully lots of new progress coming on this build and more. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.